Hey guys, Brett here. And I just saw Allegiant. Before I get started, I just want to show you all the better action movies that are better than Allegiant, and movies and the movies kind of movies that this movie borrowed from. The Mad Max trilogy. Mad Max, an excellent example of what's it called? Movies, post-apocalyptic movies. Some of the Fast and Furious movies, better example of cars flipping over and being all cool and stuff, and shootouts that were awesome. Oh, speaking of this movie had the balls to rip off a scene from Star Wars. The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off, cheesy but fun action movies of the 90s. These movies, because 2012 World of World San Andreas, excellent example of the movies where, like this, buildings like this, where buildings have like holes in them that makes them look like Swiss cheese, like that. Yes, we have that in this movie, but I've seen it better in this movie, and I've seen it better in this movie. Don't try to duplicate other movies. This Allegiant shows a scene where a big truck, army-looking truck, flips over. I've seen that in this movie. I've seen that in pretty much movies like all of these fucking movies. This stole elements from Oblivion. So speaking of Humvees flipping over, this movie. I don't know why I pulled out First Blood. Body of Lies. Fucking flying futuristic sci-fi looking things. Terminator. And, well, actually no, not Terminator. Well, maybe the beginning of Terminator 2. Good example of dystopia movies. Logan's Run, The Island. Also, you want touchscreen, why don't you watch Minority Report again? Elysium doesn't have a touchscreen, but another, actually this is a decent movie. This is THX 1138, a decent dystopia movie that's better than Insurgent, or not, Allegiant. I'm getting confused. Anyway, so my review of Insurgent, so pretty much, Insurgent is about Triss. She's back for the third time, and she they leave Chicago and they go to this I forgot what it was called. I was barely paying attention. I was too busy thinking of better action movies, and the kind of action movies that this movie stole from, because there was tons of movies that this movie stole from. What you call it? So they what do they do? I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Swiss cheese buildings. Like what San Andreas had in 2012. Buildings that look tarnished and stuff. That looks like they had an earthquake go through it, and it just looks all Swiss cheese like, because it's like all holes and shit. That we have that in this movie. It doesn't mean it's gonna entertain me. It was just wasted. Like the floating building scene in Insurgent. That scene was wasted. I would love to have seen like Matt Damon or Tom Cruise do it, something like that. But Shailene Woodley, she was great in the first movie, but she just looks like she's like phoning it in these movies. And the only good part about this movie was Jeff Daniels and Miles Teller. And even when I saw Jeff Daniels in the trailer, I was like, no, why are they dragging him into this movie? He's a great actor. He just got done doing The Martian and Steve Jobs, two really good movies from him, and he's doing Allegiant a couple months later. But this movie, these YA movies need to stop. They're making a fourth one, which I'm obligated to see now because I'm a completist and I need to see every single Divergent movie now. There's like no point in stopping now. But I just want these movies to stop. The movie The Fifth Wave completely butt-fucked this movie by ruining disaster movies. They had to ruin disaster movies like this. Just stop with these movies. We don't need these movies anymore. They're complete shit. I'm sorry. I don't like these YA movies. They're getting on my nerves. Harry Potter, great example of a YA movie. Hunger Games, they were enjoyable. Um, but Mortal Intimate City of Bones. What else was there? The Host, Twilight, all those other unsuccessful movies that people are going to forget about in the next 10 years. This movie's forgettable. Insurgent was forgettable. Divergent stuck with me. I remember a lot of great, fun, exciting scenes in Divergent. These movies were just awful. The last two movies were just awful. Allegiant was a lot better than Insurgent. Insurgent had some really piss poor green screen effects, especially the floating building scene where was just floating around in the building and like crashes into other buildings. Like, this movie would have been a lot cooler if it looked real, and if it was in a different movie. The fact that I saw that in an Insurgent movie was like, oh great, now I'm gonna be thinking, oh, Insurgent. When if I see like Tom Cruise or Matt Damon doing it in like the next Jason Bourne movie, I doubt it, but I'm just saying an example. I'm gonna be like, you know what, this scene is ripping off Insurgent, and that's not a good thing, but at least they're doing it better. I would love to see a better movie where they have a floating building crashing into other buildings, or someone floating around in a floating building crashing into other buildings. But no, we got that wasted in these shitty movies. But yeah, this movie is also filled with cliches. Like, I knew everything that was gonna go on. I was like okay, this guy's gonna turn on this person, that person's gonna turn on that person. Like, I saw this in other movies. They're not giving me anything new. And I was talking to my friends about it. They're like, well, this, and that. I was like, you really standing up for this movie? This movie was terrible. Like, well, I like the first two movies. It's like, there's your problem. You like the first two movies. If you wanted to go see a movie this weekend, go see Deadpool again. It's still playing in theaters. Go see 10 Cloverfield Lane. Go see the Brothers Grimsby. I haven't seen Brothers Grimsby. I can't recommend that. Just do not see Allegiant. Do not give this movie money. Stop giving these YA movies money. Because then studios are going to be like, these movies aren't making money. We better stop making these. But my God, we had a lot of good trailers. We got a trailer for the new Tim Burton movie. We got a trailer for Alice in Wonderland. We got a trailer for Legend of Tarzan. There was a lot of trailers, and we walked in a little bit late, and there was still like five other trailers after we walked in. But yeah, I give Allegiant 1.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's slightly better than Insurgent. This is the second best movie in the series. That's not really saying much. That's like saying I got kicked in the balls 3 times. The third time was a little bit better than the second time, but not as bad, but a lot worse than the first time. So yeah, stop with these movies.